Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome to Tuesday's video, and today I'm sharing with you another dividend ETF that you may consider. It is put out by it's put out by First Trust Advisors, but it tracks a index from Morningstar. So we'll dig into this, see what makes it tick, see how it's constructed, and you can make a decision from there. So if you're new here, please make sure you share, subscribe, like, comment, turn that notification bell on, because that lets YouTube know that people want to watch my videos. So that would be really appreciated. Also, down below in the description is a Amazon link. If you'd like to throw me a tip, use that Amazon link. Go complete your normal everyday shopping on Amazon after you click my link, and all qualified purchases sends me a small commission. And I will be sharing that with you soon. I will be sharing with you YouTube earnings and Amazon link earnings soon as I figure out how I'm going to get paid. And we're going to construct a portfolio, and we're going to see how you guys participating in watching these videos and using that Amazon link can contribute to me and what I do. So I appreciate all of you that have been doing it. You guys are awesome, and thank you. So let's get into it today. We are looking at ticker symbol FDL, and that's the First Trust Morningstar Dividend Leaders Index Fund. Now, a lot of times it's hard to find a lot of information on these. You have to kind of dig and dig and dig to find how some of these ETFs are constructed, and it took me a little while to figure everything out, and I probably haven't figured it all out, but we're going to take a look here on the First Trust Index website, and we look here and we'll see what makes the index, right? So the index is separate from the ETF. The ETF licenses or pays a fee to the index provider to be able to track that index. So the index is from First Trust, or the index is from Morningstar, I should say. And let's see, where am I? So the index is designed to measure the performance of the 100 highest yielding stocks that have a consistent record of dividend payment and have the ability to sustain their dividend payments. So from that, the index excludes securities issuing dividend payments that do not constitute qualifying income, for example, real estate investment trusts. The index also excludes securities issued by companies with a 5-year indicated dividend per share growth of less than 0 and a coverage ratio of less than 1. So if they've gone 5 years and they have not grown their dividend, they are not eligible to be in this index. A security's coverage ratio equals its 1-year forecast of earnings per share divided by its indicated dividend per share. All remaining securities are then ranked by indicated dividend yield, and the top 100 are selected for inclusion in the index. So it's pretty straightforward. They get 100 and they weight them by the dividend yield. They look at their 5-year dividend payment history, and that they deduce from that they're going to be able to continue to pay their dividend. So just let's see, So the index is reconstituted once annually each June and rebalanced 4 times annually in March, June, September, and December. And I think, yep, I took that one down. So They decided in March, when we had the March decline, to not rebalance at that time. So they held tight to what they had and didn't make any changes at that time. Because if they would have rebalanced in March, they could have probably sold a lot of things at a loss, and so it's kind of good that they did that. That means this is not an actively managed fund, but the board decided, they had a meeting and decided that they weren't going to rebalance in March and they would hold tight and wait. So I kind of like that. At least they, even though it is passive, at least they took a proactive approach and decided to do something that probably benefited it. So we'll go back over here and we'll look at, right now it's trading at $27.26 a share, has $1.34 billion in assets, pays approximately a 5% dividend yield. Now, when you see these, the 30-day SEC yield and the distribution yield, TTM, which is trailing 12 months. So in the past 12 months, their distribution yield averaged 5.27%. The 30-day is what the most recent dividend is, times by 12 or times by 4, because it's a quarterly pair, and what it is right now. So ETFs a lot of times pay different amounts every quarter, so you'll see that 30-day SEC yield change from time to time. Has a net expense ratio of 0.45%. And we'll go down here and look at the portfolio composition. And we'll see they have 100. It's probably 99 with one cash position. The top 10 holds heavy, 61.94% of the fund, 38% in the rest of them, the other 39, the other 89. Now, 98% of this fund is in the United States, less than 1% in the UK, and less than 0.5% in Ireland. 85% of the fund is large cap, 9% of the fund is in mid cap, 4% of the fund is in small cap, 1% in micro, and 0.5% in other. Other always trips me out because I can't figure out what other is. And Morningstar styles this as a large cap value fund. So if we look at the top 10, they're going to be all familiar names. You got AT&T at 9.3%, Verizon at 8.9%. And if you want to see something about Verizon, go check out my buddy Stock Ninja. He just did a nice overview of Verizon communications over on his channel. I'll link it up here or I'll link it down below, one of the two. And yeah, highly recommended. Check them out if you're interested in individual stock holdings. So number 3, we have Pfizer at 7.6%, AbbVie at 6.93%, Philip Morris at 6.7%, Altria Group at 5.6%, Avgo at 4.8%, IBM at 4.7%, UPS at 3.6%, and Citigroup at 3.5%. So a pretty strong top 10 here, if I were to say so myself. Now the sector exposure, you have just under 20% in financials, 19.6% in communication, 14.7% in healthcare, 13.7% in consumer staples, 12.85% in utilities, 12.3% in information technology, 3.76% in industrials, 1.61% in materials, 1.22% in consumer discretionary. And what you're missing here is real estate and energy. So this could be just a a satellite holding, or it could even be a core holding if you have no interest in owning real estate or energy. So we'll go over here to the key stats and check it out. I have a feeling this will be a higher turnover product. And yep, 39% in turnover, so you'll probably get some capital gain distributions at the end of each year, I would imagine. One thing I haven't highlighted was the price to earnings ratio. You can figure out price to earnings ratios in ETFs. This is just the average. And right now, price to trailing earnings is 12.58 for this fund. So it's a very good value fund, in my opinion. So we'll go over here to Seeking Alpha. We'll check out the dividends. We'll look at the dividend growth. Well, let's go back here. So it says 5.4%, 5.44% trailing 12 month. It does pay it quarterly. And the dividend growth, 1 year trailing 12 month of 29.67%. I don't know if that's correct. And if it is, I probably wouldn't expect that to be the norm going forward. But you have a really decent 10-year compound annual growth rate of 7.88% in the dividend. But they've only been doing that for 4 years now. So they've had a little bit of a dip. Yep, right there in 2015, they had a little bit of a dip in the dividend. And I would imagine most of us dividend ETF investors will probably experience a little bit of a dip in the dividends for a year or two. That's a guess. I'm not sure, but the way things are looking, we probably will. But that should be able to get us some opportunities to buy some more stock. So how did FDL do? Who do I really kind of compare this to like an SPHD ETF, and it's so we'll check that out. But SPHD has a little bit more energy in real estate, so it's kind of what you want. You know what I mean? It's not a one or the other. So we'll check out. We're just going to compare it to SPHD, and we still see here from October 26th of 2012, FDL had a total return of 88.58% versus SPHD's 86.25%, for an average annual total return of 8.42 for FDL and 8.25 for SPHD. So they're pretty even there. Now, SPHD I think will lag a little bit because of the energy, but it could be an opportunity to get into SPHD if energy were to turn around, and also real estate. That's the one good thing of FDL. If you are bearish real estate and energy, FDL is probably where you want to be. If you're bullish on energy and real estate, SPHD is probably where you want to be. If you're looking into these dividend mid to high dividend yield ETFs. So that's all I got for you today. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that notification bell, use that Amazon link if you would, please. I would appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.